Donald Trump has made a new and very bold move that is getting a lot of attention from people all around the world. In a simple letter that sounds like it was written with a lot of showy style, he told Iran that they must agree to a nuclear deal within the next 60 days. If Iran does not agree, then the United States will take strong military actions. This letter was sent straight to Iran's top leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, and many people in the world are now talking about it. Some say that the letter sounds more like a big, flashy act from a circus than something a leader would normally do. The words in the letter are both serious and a bit dramatic, and they have left many diplomats and experts confused and also a little bit amused. Trump used his usual way of speaking with a lot of confidence and strong words. He said that if Iran keeps trying to make nuclear weapons, then there will be very serious consequences. He even said there will be all hell to pay, a phrase that makes people think of big battles and movies with epic fights. The language in the letter makes it seem like the United States is ready to fight, and that if Iran from making nuclear weapons, or if it is simply a big performance meant to grab everyone's attention and shake up all the ways of doing things in international politics. Some people think that Trump's message is meant to scare Iran and to make the world laugh at the same time. They are not sure if the message is a true warning or just a show. Even so, the message has made many countries around the world very nervous and surprised. In fact, the message has caused a lot of chatter among diplomats in Washington and in Tehran. One of Trump's advisors, Steve Witkoff, has already traveled to Oman to start discussions with Abbas Arghashi, who is Iran's foreign minister. This is the first time in over 10 years that official talks like this have started between the United States and Iran. As this new talk begins, experts say that Iran has said that they are giving the nuclear talks a genuine chance. This means that even though Iran is known for standing strong in its views, its leaders have said that they are ready to talk and possibly find a way to work with the United States. However, the tone of the message from the United States is very heavy and strong. The US government keeps repeating that there will be great trouble if Iran continues with its nuclear program. They call it a red line, which means it's a very important rule that should not be crossed. This strong language makes it seem as if the situation is very serious. Yet at the same time, some people find the whole scene a little funny because it feels like a mix of a very high stakes meeting and a game show. It is as if serious leaders were trying to plan a big deal while also putting on a performance that might make people laugh. Trump's words and the way the message is delivered have caused many observers to wonder whether behind the strong words there is a practical idea of finding solution, or if the whole thing is just meant to be a dramatic performance that will distract the world from other important issues. Some insiders even joke that maybe these bold ideas were discussed while eating pizza late at night in Washington. The picture that many people now have of this whole situation is that global politics has turned into a kind of show where leaders use funny and strong words to get attention. The scene now looks a bit like a movie where the rules of normal conversation have been thrown out the window and where every word is meant to shock, entertain, and surprise everyone's watching. Even though the words comes off as a playful and over the top, they also have a serious message. Iran must stop its nuclear activities or there will be very real and serious problems. Many people around the world do not know if this performance is meant to end the nuclear program or if it is just a clever way to show off power. Meanwhile, news channels and social media are filled with discussions about what this message really means. Some commentators on television say that the message is a mix of tough warning and a bit of modern theater. They ask themselves if the United States is now using unusual ways to solve old problems. In many offices and meeting rooms, the leaders who are part of the discussions are trying to balance the need for serious talks with the unexpected humor in the way the issue is handled. Some people compare it to a kind of modern performance art where the actors on the world stage make serious threats with playful language. Even though the United States is saying very strong things like stopping Iran from making weapons, they also leave open the door to other solutions. This means that, if needed, there might be other ways to find a compromise instead of going straight to a military solution. Still, many are left watching and waiting, wondering what will happen next. The idea of a nuclear deal is very important because it could change the way countries around the world feel about safety and peace. As the discussions go on, more and more people begin to notice that even simple words can create a scene that is both funny and full of tension. Some experts think that this now style of communication in global politics may bring a new kind of change. It might show that sometimes when words are used in a bold and surprising way, they can force people to look at old problems with new eyes. For now, everyone is watching the talks between the United States and Iran with both worry and a little bit of amusement. The meeting in Oman, where the discussions are now taking place, looks a bit like a mix of high-stakes negotiation and a really television show, where every statement is carefully watched and analyzed. The whole situation is now a strange mix of seriousness and playfulness that many people have never seen before in international relations. On one hand, it is important to know that a nuclear program is a very serious matter that could affect the safety of the whole world. On the other hand, when leaders speak in dramatic and almost theatrical news or theatrical terms, it gives the whole event an unusual flavor. Every time someone uses a phrase like all hell to pay, people around the world cannot help but smile and wonder if this is true or just a very dramatic way of speaking. The message from the United States is clear. Iran must stop its nuclear activities or face the full force of American power. Yet the way in which the message is delivered makes it seem like a giant dare or challenge, one that is both serious and oddly funny. As this new chapter of discussions continues, many people will remember it as a moment when global politics looked more like a grand stage play than a quiet conversation behind closed doors. The mix of strength and humor in the words used shows a surprising trend in modern diplomacy. Even though there is real danger behind these words, the way are said makes people feel as if they are watching a new kind of show. In the end, whether this approach will lead to a real agreement or not, it is clear that the language of today's global politics is changing. Words that once belonged only to serious written documents are now mixed with bold, playful ideas that keep everyone guessing. For the time being, as the talks continue and the world waits for the next step, the blend of strong warnings and a hint of comedy remains at the heart of this unusual diplomatic moment. Many experts hope that behind all this drama, there is a real effort to create peace and solve old problems. However, the performance with all its strong and humorous words will be remembered as one of the most unique moments in modern international politics, a moment when the serious issues met with a touch of funny showmanship. The future is not yet written, and the eyes of the world are on this discussion that seem to mix the power of a strong, clear demands with the unexpected charm of dramatic theatrics. Or in the end, this bold move and its unusual style might just change the way we think about diplomacy, showing that even in the most serious times, there is a room for little laughter along with the strong words and important decisions. Thank you very much. See you in the next video. Bye.